This is the Afternoon Talk, brought to you by Lensking Media Kenya.
Hello, habari zenu. Welcome to yet another amazing episode of the Afternoon Talk, brought to you courtesy of Lensking Media Kenya. Today we are super excited. We are about to meet one of the most iconic men in Kakamega, and here's the catch. He is a youth. Now this guy in his mid-20s has been able to achieve almost everything, from being a radio presenter to being a producer, a director, and now he is a comedian. We are about to meet one Djibril Juma, aka Dr. M, aka the director. Come with me.
Okay, cut. Take two of the same. Rolling in 3. Lights, sound, camera, action. Cut. Cut. So the action ends there, and I think it's okay. Karibu
Hey,
sana.
sasa.
Poa sana.
Nice to meet you, Dr. M.
Thank you so much. These are my cast on set.
Okay.
They've been doing some shoots. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
One of the fine industry that is taking the world. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us and for making time for us.
Okay, thank you so much. Karibu sana pia.
Asante.
Yeah.
So Djibril, thank you so much for making time for us.
Okay, you're
So
welcome.
first things first,
Yes.
tell us your name and where you come from and what you do.
Djibril Juma is my name. And I'm born in Kakamega County. I'm a student at Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. I'm a film director, producer, editor, graphics designer, and so many things in the film industry. Yeah. So that is Djibril Juma. Yeah, I'm taking journalism and mass communication.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
So how was your upbringing like?
My upbringing has not been, I'm just like any other kid out there. I was brought up in a family that not well off, that is humble backgrounds. And of course, I've had challenges here and there, especially the academic part, whereby I've been taking a lot of struggles in ensuring that I cope up with the education level. And of course, up to where I am right now, it is through God's favor that I'm here right here, because I've not been, the journey has not been that simple. Being raised in a family of around 5 to 6 kids, and parents are not on job,
Financially stable.
yeah. So it was kind of difficult.
Okay.
So, but through God's favor, you know.
But you're here.
Yeah, I'm here right now. So much humble because God has given me that favor, and He has showered me with a lot of blessings.
Oh, that's nice. So I understand that you joined Masinde Muliro as an engineering student.
Yes, yes.
But along the way you switched to journalism.
Yes.
So why was that?
I would say passion.
Passion.
You know, passion is a very big thing in me. And I value so much in passion rather than just doing things because other people are doing.
So uliingia tu kufanya engineering just for the sake of it?
It's the government ilirusha wa
Ilikuchagua tu.
ikanambia sasa wewe utaanguka hapo. But you know, me being a journalist, it is something that was a calling, and it is something that was from my heart, not just anything.
And you've been able to do so much in journalism.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
I was telling you earlier that you are a working industry. You've
Yeah.
done film, you've done music, you've done almost everything in journalism.
Yeah. I've done radio presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, hapo kwa radio presentation, I first met you ukiwa pale Must FM. Si ndio ulikuwa presenter.
Yes, yes.
But then you were an engineering student. So how did you get the role? How did you get the role?
I also sometimes ask myself the same question. How did I land
How
there?
did you?
Yeah, and I find it so crazy. But you know, how it started, I was residing in the university hostels, and there is a friend of, I'm a Muslim, so there is that Muslim association, students association, whereby there was a radio program that was being started, and it needed some presenters from the students, the Muslim students. So I was, I just said the question was, who are going to take this to start the radio program? And I was like, I want to try that. So when I went to try the first time, it was hectic, yeah. Being on a mic first time, whereby you don't have a live audience, you're interacting with somebody you're not seeing.
You're not seeing
Yeah.
them.
So it was a bit hectic. It was a 1 hour show, but I was sweating a lot, despite the fact that the ventilation was good, and of course there was a lot of the fan was there, it was on, but you know, I was sweating because sikuwa najua anything. But there is a time that when schools closed because there was a strike, I remained behind, and I was like, what am I going to do now that I'm in the hostels? I have nowhere to go. So I started recording myself on a phone, trying to imitate the other presenters or anchors reading news. So I tried my first take, and I shared it on the same platform, Muslim Students Association WhatsApp group, and of course the feedback was overwhelming. Djibril, you have a nice voice. You can do this. You can be a presenter. Yeah. So I was like, so I've been told that I can do this. So I had to believe in myself first, because people already believed in what I can do. Yeah. That is where I started. I joined Mustafem.
And you became the presenter?
Yeah, that's where I became a presenter. And it was a bit, it took time for the producers and the supervisors of the radio station to understand that I was an engineering student.
But you're so good in journalism.
Yeah, so they were like, we don't see you in classes. Which kind of student are you? We don't see you in classes. Where do you come from? We don't know you. Then I told them I'm an engineering student, that is civil and structural engineering. They were like, you, an engineer, enginering and journalism.
Exactly.
So that is where my passion came from, and I started doing it. And from that point, whereby the producers and the supervisors of the studio, they were so much welcoming. They taught me a lot. I learned a lot, and that is where I started growing, and up to now have grown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you are working at the radio, at the Most FM, is that the time you realized that you are passionate about journalism? Or you grew up knowing that you wanted to be a journalist?
I didn't know that I wanted to become a journalist, because career-wise, at first, when I was a kid, I used to say that I want to become a driver. And of course, back then, even our teachers used to tell us, tunataka msome muwe walimu, we want you to become teachers. So there was that conflict of interest, which one do you go for? But of course, because the reason I still wanted to become a driver, because when I was a kid, unaona dereva anaendesha gari, then anasifiwa, huyu dereva anajua kuendesha gari. Yani, there is that kind of, you feel like there is an adventure.
You want to be that.
Yeah. So, but when you grow, that is when you start learning about new careers and new professions, So when I joined high school, I wanted to become an engineer, but I didn't know the kind of engineering that I would learn to. So my principal then, Mr. Sadiq Isa, wanted me to become a chemical and renewable engineer. You see? Chemical and renewable engineer.
Wait, Kidogo too, let me just ask you this. That means you are a very bright student.
Yes.
Because easy courses is just anyone.
No. In fact, in my high school, Form 1, Form 2, Form 3 there, I used to score everything an A. An A from up to down.
I'll tap the grades.
Yeah. So, and he used to insist that I should become a chemical and renewable engineer. And of course, that dream, I think, is because through prayers, that is what you get. So I used to pray that I get the engineering part of it. And I landed into civil and structural engineering in campus. Okay. But being in campus, also, if you are not guided well, then you might end up doing a wrong course. Especially 90% of students do wrong courses. Yeah, because they were called to do certain courses in
and as long campuses. As you're in university,
maisha ni hivyo. So people are studying because they want to just fulfill the fact that they are studying, or their parents, they want to fulfill their parents' wishes that my kid
Is in
has gone to university and has completed and has gotten a degree. But for me, it switched to be kind of different, whereby I switched to journalism, and many people were like, unamaanisha unaacha engineering?
But at what year did you switch to journalism?
That was in second year.
Ulikuwa second year bado?
Yes. Of course nilikuwa nimesoma first year. Sikuwa nimeperform vibaya, nilikuwa tu sawa. Then second year pia nikasoma. Then kidogo nikaona no, hapana. This is not my thing. Okay, sikuona hivyo kwa sababu
you already interacted with journalism.
Yes. So nikafeel hapo hivi ndio home.
Okay.
So I started doing journalism.
Tukiwa tu hapo kwa radio. Mimi I met you first as Dr. M.
Yes.
And you were hosting this show about, it was love ama ilikuwanga nini?
Ilikuwa ni show tu ya mapenzi.
Yeah, mapenzi and so much about the society.
Yes.
First tell us, Dr. M ilitoka wapi?
Dr. M ilikuja because I don't know if I'm that good in love or what. You know, I love giving
advice,
inspiration, quotes, stories, and also things that motivate people, especially in terms of love. Love is a general term. It defines the kind of relationship you have between you and other people. So Dr. M, mapenzi is where the
mapenzi,
you know, and of course people loved to listen to that show. And
exactly.
Everything was.
Ilikuwa inaitwa Gumzo Kazini.
Yes, Gumzo Kazini.
Is the show still there?
The show is still there, and people are doing it.
Are you still doing it?
No.
Oh,
at least I mentored some people to do it, and you know, I left some good segments there. I also had some segments like Issue Mseto, you know, whereby just people bring in their issues, especially during work hours, because it was a mid-morning show.
Oh, watu walikuwa kazi bado.
Yeah. So they listen to the show, they bring their issues, whereby we sort their issues, especially the relationship part of it, because the world right now is all about relationship, love, and other things. So that is where it is up to now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now coming to film, you are a director, urban film.
Yes.
So did you always know that you wanted to direct? How did urban film come to be?
Being a director, even I didn't imagine that I would become a director one day, because I knew I'm going to land on radio or TV, but specifically on radio, because that is where I started. Yeah. And now, as I interacted with the different people, and that was in 2020, whereby Urban Act Films was established.
In 2020?
2020, when COVID had hit the country. And now people were like, where do we go? Because the country was under lockdown. There was people were working from home, and schools were shut down. So we were just there. Now what do we do? I'm a campus student, what do I do? Coming to radio, yes, I've been coming, and now I'm feeling like I should explore.
Grow.
Yeah, I need to explore on other things. So that is when we came up with a panel of 3 people, and we sat down, discussed about what we can do. It was me, Moses Mshairi, and Abigail, and we sat down and discussed what can we do. So we started doing some short clips. As of course, we started shooting on a phone, and shooting on a phone, we advanced slowly by slowly, until there is a time when we are doing scripting for the university that was supposed to be presented on radio. That is when we met producer Shiundu.
My producer?
Yes, CEO Lensking Media. I've worked with the Lensking for so long, up to now. I'm still working with him, because that is when we met. Then I told him, I saw him with the camera, and I told him,
on opportunity.
Nikaona hapa hivi sasa tukiingia hapa tunaweza piga ma story fiti, tunaweza elewana. So I told him we do shoots, and we shoot on a phone, but we don't have the access to the cameras. How can you be of help to us now that we are campus students, and we want to venture into production? So we sat down, discussed, gave us more ideas. That's where I learned a lot about camera work. That's where I learned a lot.
So he gave you access to the cameras?
Yes. So he came in as our director of photography and our producer, Urban Act Films. So we worked for so long, for a long period of time, and we grew, and up to now we've grown. So that is where my directing skills came from.
At this point, your production crew is so big.
Yeah.
So how do you manage to sustain them?
Sustaining is quite a challenge, especially financially.
Okay.
Because finances is the biggest challenge in the industry, and because we are students, not all of us are working. Some have part-time jobs. But at least we chip in the little amount we have, because you don't wait for people to support you. Yes. If you wait people to support you, fully support you, and you're not supporting, it is very difficult.
Okay, yeah, true.
For you to support somebody to support you, you have to support yourself first. Because for you to be on camera, you have to show the interest of being on camera so that the other person who comes with the camera shoots you. Because sasa pia sisi tunajisupport financially hatuko sawa vile, but we see people are positively contributing to the growth of the team. So hiyo imetusaidia sana, because watu hawana ile kwamba there is only one person who is going to benefit, is Djibril who is going to benefit. No, kila mtu anajua kwamba tuna benefit. Even if tunanunua kama ni microphone, tunajua sisi sote tuna benefit na hiyo microphone, not the director, not the cast peke. Yeah, everybody.
And so when you're shooting, naonanga mkishutia, there's a video I was watching about, ilikuwa, I can't remember the name, but you're shooting in this beautiful house, ilikuwa a big one. So
yes,
mnendanga Bianca exactly.
Yes, yeah.
So mnendanga mna approach mtu mnamwambia tupe nyumba yako to shoot, ama how do you go about that?
You know, when you're doing these things, you are interacting with the society, and of course you want people to learn from you. You want to inform people. You want to also to entertain people. And when you're doing this, that means you're interacting with the live audience and that audience that is not there. But now because we interact with a lot of people in the outside there, we meet different people who are willing to support the team, and especially they fall much in interest and in the production. Now that is a rare thing to do. It is a complicated thing. So they like, we want to see how you do these things. Can you do it at my place? So somebody is like, I can give you a house. I can give you a car to shoot. I can give you, I can facilitate your transportation. So that is how it happens.
And also I've seen the merchandise, zile za Mati show, and alafu hapa nyuma zimeandikwa, I don't know if it's a politician or nini. So tell us more about that.
So about the merchandise, we had some discussions with the politician. I don't know whether she's still interested in politics, because I've not heard from her
what's her name?
For a period. She's Lynn Shibanda. She was an aspirant member of parliament during the constituency. But now we talked, because she wanted to support the youth. You know, politicians, that is how they come in.
Especially during this period.
So she wanted to support the youth, and she said that I can print you t-shirts with a brand logo of Urban Films, and also I want you, because there's a mutual benefit. So I have also to benefit from you, but you have to publicize my name. So that is how it happened. But she came to support us.
And I've also seen you work with artists like Bembe Classic, Baby Chantel. So what is your role in their career?
I've been a director, music video director.
For their music videos?
Yes. Because I saw that there is also a gap that needed to be fixed between the artists doing the voice recording or the vocals recording or the audio recording to video recording, because that is what sells the artists right now. So I've been a music video director and also an editor at the same time, and also a social media manager.
Hey, oh my God, you do so much.
Yes, I've been managing the social media.
You are also a voiceover artist.
Yes, of course.
Tell us about that.
About voiceover, I don't know how it came in, but I think
just realized they have a nice voice. I can do it.
I used to listen to myself whenever I used to do the shows at Must FM. I used to record them, then go listen to them during my own free time. Then I'm like, my voice is so sweet. Why don't I try doing the voicing?
I love their confidence.
So, and also worked with Raymond who also trained me in doing the voiceovers, you know.
He's also part of our crew.
Yes, he's a part of the crew.
Lensking Media Kenya.
I've worked with a lot of people in the industry. So I learned about voiceovers. That's where my interest came in, and I used to do love voiceovers. And people are like, hey, Djibril, you have a nice voice. Sometimes I just do a voiceover, picturing a lady who is maybe stressed. Then I fix it, I do the graphics part, and I extract a photo of a certain lady, I put it there. Then people are like, so this is yours. So this is you. You know? But for me, I just want to publicize the voice part of it.
And you have a nice voice, by the way.
Thank
See,
you so
what
much.
you really have you really have a nice voice.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay. So you started doing voiceovers. Alafu sasa tukaona umeingia kwa photography. I saw you partnering with DJ Shanties in the photography sector.
Yes.
How was that?
DJ Shanties, we used to work with him at Most FM. He's a very silent man.
Yeah,
he doesn't talk.
You have met him
very
before.
silent, but he's more of actions. Yeah. So when I met him at Most FM, I told him I used to listen how he used to mix music, and I told him I want you to come and be my DJ during my shows, mid-morning shows, so that you entertain people with good music.
With good music. But then he's a good DJ.
He is a DJ who does a lot of research, and
before he plays his music.
Yes, he plays quality music.
Yeah, true.
So I used to listen to his vibes, and I'm like, this DJ is so much amazing. Yeah. So I called him, did the mid-morning show with him several times, and he really fell into that show. That is where he was aligned. He said, this is my show. So when we used to work, I don't think if that time he was into photography, because he didn't also have a camera. But I think because he's a person who ventures much into research, he went and tried to look for a camera, started training, but because I was quite well established, he came and decided to learn from my side and also learn from Lensking Media side, because we used to do a lot of production with Lensking Media. So that is when he learned about photography, and because he does a lot of research, he learned it so very fast.
Okay, that's nice. So now coming to the comedian part in you. You know, that's very interesting. We'll see some of your videos, them Somali. How did them Somali come to be?
Them Somali, you know, I also sometimes ask myself, how do these things come in? You know, sometimes,
you wear many hats.
Yeah. There is a day you know, being a Muslim, I interact with different people from different places, from the coast region, from the northeastern part. And I fell in love with the Somali part of it. There is a lady who used to train me in learning Somali. She's called Aisha. She's still a student at Masinde Muliro. So I used to learn a bit of Somali, like set hi. Set hi is, is like hi or good morning. Then you say fian.
Fian is
fian.
Good
Fian, I'm good. Yeah. So I used to learn, and when I used to learn, I said, let me try to do a Somali accent in Swahili. So that is when the Somali
just a short clip of this is your camera right here. Just imitate them Somali guy in
them Somali. You know,
and just introduce what you're doing, sasa.
I introduce.
Kama sasa just say we are in the show nini.
Haye, mimi iko karika show hii inaitwa Lensking. Inabata uhondo, iko na msichana mzuri hapa, inabendeza. Iko na bata interview na sisi iko na furahia sana. Iko inabenda hii interview, inafuatilia vizuri, inabonyeza kidude ya kusubscribe, kufollow na kushare.
Yeah.
Haniga concession. Yes.
Oh wow, so, that's amazing.
So I learned a lot of also Arabic. I'm good also in Arabic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I learned Arabic.
You're a Somali. You're a Muslim.
I'm a Muslim. Yeah. So I've learned a lot of Arabic. Yeah.
And how has your journey to? But then I saw your TikTok. Uko na followers wengi sana.
Yes. Watu wanifollow.
Yeah. Na wakufollow bado.
Wanifollow bado. I need 1 million followers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Utapata.
Yes.
So how has that journey been of content creation?
Content creation has not been easy. Creating a content each and every day, because you have to be up to date. Yeah, consistency, flexibility, creativity. It calls for a lot. And you know, when I started creating content, establishing an audience is not an easy thing, because the Djibril they know and
It's
the
not from
Somali.
Somali. Exactly, that's what I was
Very
saying.
different. You know, I've also been working professionally in the institution. And, you know, you interact with the boss and says, I saw you doing some content. Is it you or is
Them doing it.
Yeah, you know, so it is a challenge. So establishing an audience was difficult, but I see the people, the audience was good. It received my content so well. The reception was amazing, and I really loved it.
Okay.
So content creation is not easy, but it calls for consistency, commitment, flexibility, creativity, competence. Yeah, to beat other celebrities in the industry who are well established and with a bigger audience, it's not easy. So that is where now we draw the lines. Yes.
And so during your content creation journey, have you ever been cyberbullied?
Of course.
Just tell us about
there is
that.
a time nimekuwa bullied mpaka I used to send I used to you know, on WhatsApp you create a broadcast whereby you just share one message but it goes to everyone, each and everybody in their inbox. Your context. So there is a day I shared my video. I don't know that day how it was. I shared my video, then somebody said hizi vitu sinitumie. You know, when I was told that way, and I was like demoralized. So I had to delete all the broadcasts. I deleted everything. But you know, something that I asked myself, if I delete that, in 99% of the people love my content.
They love your content.
1% is that person mwenye amesema tu mi sitaki unitumie hizi vitu. Now, should I waste myself because of this 1%?
You shouldn't.
No. So cyberbullying is there. It is real, but you have to be strong, firm, and you have to be competent enough in the industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who do you look up to in the industry?
You know, I do a variety of things. So in terms
you do so much. Just tell us in voiceover, in film, in radio, moja image.
In voiceovers, I look up to Red Pepper. Okay, I'm not. I know my voice can't be deeper than his, but I know I've learned skills, voicing skills from him, and also Johnson Mwakazi. Yes.
The citizen in the
Yes, yeah. So I've learned a lot from him also. And in terms of radio production, I used to listen to Manuel Mwashumba and Sugar Boy. Amazing kabisa. Mimi niliwapenda tu hao. In fact, wao ndo walifanya mimi nikapenda radio. So I look up to them. They have good vibes. The way the chemistry they have built within themselves, it is just amazing. In terms of TV presentation, okay, I have various people, but just to mention a few, that is the one who inspired me in terms of being on TV is Brian Aseli, who is on KTN, yeah, very early in the morning every Friday. Okay. And we have other people like Rashid Abdallah, and Lulu Hassan, Jeff Koinange. That's so I look up to them. And in film? In terms of film production, that is Abel Mutua. Yes, the Mkurugenzi, you know? So I look up to such people. And other productions, bigger production, because Abanat also, we are setting it to be a bigger production. So we want it also to be like a Jiffy Pictures. We want it to be like Multan production. Feel It production. Yes, very many things. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
So what will you tell the young Djibril? Ukiwa mdogo, what would you love to tell yourself?
Tell myself? Nikiwa mdogo hivi ama nikiwa mdogo mdogo?
Like sasa, what would you love to tell yourself like 10 years ago?
10 years ago, Djibril was a struggling guy. But right now, he's a competent and well-established person who can easily access to bigger production, who can walk into bigger media houses without any restrictions. And Djibril is a person who is right now supporting other people in terms of talent, nurturing their talents and abilities. And Djibril was small, but today is big. And he was determined, he was competent, he was passionate.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And also so many people who look up to you and they want to be where you are and to have half of what you do. You have so many abilities. What will you advise the young people who look up to you? This is your camera right here.
Okay, for the people who are out there, we really, I personally really encourage you that God's time is always the best. Everybody, of course, says that. It is not easy. It is not an easy journey. Things are tough, especially the media industry is very, very tough, very congested, very competent, and very complex. So it depends who you want to be. It is not an easy journey. You will sleep hungry. You will face a lot of criticism. You will face a lot of cyberbullying. And this one should not make you to go down. They should not demoralize you, because you are who you are meant to be. God's time is always the best. Be patient, be prayerful, and be optimistic that the future is always bright and luminous.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. And thank you so much for making time for us today.
I really appreciate for hosting me.
We also appreciate.
Yes, yes.
And we want to tell you that unaenda mbali. I told you are a working industry. You have so much in you, and I'm sure you're about to witness so much more coming your way.
Thank you so much. And for my social media handles, you what was
I was about to sell that.
Yes. Okay. So for my social media handles, you can follow me at Djibril Juma. The Djibril is DJIBRIL. Juma is Juma. You know, I really appreciate if you support me when I'm still young, so that we grow together. Ukishafika huko usianze kusema Djibril, you know, I used to watch you, but you're not supporting me.
Yeah.
Supporting does not mean that you just go subscribe and nini. At least give me some feedback. If I do something that is not worth it, rectify me, give me the corrections, tell me that Djibril, next time do this. That is also supporting me.
Yeah, sure.
Sharing my content is also supporting me. Hata kunitumia kachwani,
that's also supporting. But kwanza waambie mtu akiwa campus anasotanga.
Campus is not, let me tell you the truth. Campus is not easy. Campus life is a bit
tricky and hard.
It's terrible. People are suffering out there. People are sleeping, hungry. And you know, they're coming for classes. And fixing classes, by the way, is another challenge. Classes are fixed. Cuts are there. You have to struggle, find the way you're going to sustain yourself, whereby you have to purchase food. Where you, right now, mafuta imepanda. Unahitaji kuvaa nguo na unahitaji pia facilitate your transportation. It has not been easy. So I think
what support.
Yes, kabisa.
Okay. So this next segment is a game segment. We have a game, like trivia questions. I give you 5 seconds to answer each question. Okay, fail. Now it depends with how fast you are and how competent you are and how bright you are. But I believe you're bright. So we have like 6 questions. Questions, I mean. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Uko sawa?
I'm ready. Niko sawa.
Okay. The first question is, who was Kakamega's first senator?
Kakamega's first senator.
You have 5 seconds.
That is,
time is ticking. Time is ticking.
Malala.
No. No, you failed.
Who's that?
You failed. I'll tell you after we're done. 13 times 3 minus 40.
13 times 3 minus 40. That is 69, 40, that is 29.
Oh God. Okay, so the past tense of go.
Went.
The daughter of the brother to your uncle.
The daughter of my...
The daughter of the brother to your uncle.
The daughter of my... to my brother.
The daughter... Tim is thinking, Djibril. The daughter of the brother to your uncle.
To my uncle.
Time is up. Time is up. 2 East African stars who featured in Young, Famous and African, the latest reality show on Netflix.
Young and Famous.
Young, Famous and African.
I've not watched that one. I can't lie.
But they've been trending everywhere.
They've been trending, but I've not watched that one. But so, Diamond Platnumz?
Yeah, he was one of them.
Exactly.
Okay, so which Kenyan artist has the most views on YouTube?
Kenyan artist, Otile Brown?
Yeah. So you got that right. Umefeli ngapi? The first Kakamega senator was not one. The first Kakamega senator was Boni Halwale.
I said it.
13 times 3 is 39 minus 40. That makes -1.
Okay.
You got the past tense of go. That is went. The daughter of the brother to your uncle is your cousin. And 2 East African stars who featured in Young, Famous and African. We had Diamond and also had Zari Hassan. which Kenyan artist has the most views on YouTube. That makes Otile Brown, and you got that right. So thank you so much for
really
coming to today's show. We really, really appreciate.
Welcome. And I also say thank you so much for hosting me here on Lensking Media,
the afternoon talk.
Yeah. I really appreciate.
We're going to give you 2 minutes to say hi to your fans and anyone else you want to say hi to.
Oh, so to my fans, hi, this is Djibril Juma here on Lensking Media. I hope you really enjoy this interview, and of course you keep watching it on this Facebook page, and we are strategizing on bigger things. This is a multi-camera live streaming
event.
Of course, and we are hoping that we are going to make it together. So support us and also support me, and let's support each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that marks the end of today's show. We are so glad that you were able to join us today, and we hope you had as much fun as we did. So we had fun.
Yes.
Remember, Lensking Media Kenya is your #1 online TV show, and it also offers services like live streaming, camera, videography, anything about camera work. You can contact us on 0796 093 900. And on behalf of everyone who made this production possible, Shiundu, our producer, Raymond Muthe, our director of photography, and of course Mercy, the technician, we say asante sana, and may the Almighty bless you. Let's meet next time, same place. I've been your host, Njambi Gaitho, and this is the Afternoon Talk. Bye.